Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about two main topics, that is the introduction and asexual mode of reproduction. In these main topics again subtopics are there that we are going to discuss in this lecture. Okay, so this is the chapter 6, that is reproduction. Okay, in this chapter we have the important main concepts, like here you can see. Okay, introduction. Next, asexual mode of reproduction, vegetative propagation, sexual reproduction, reproduction in placental mammals, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, cell division, continuation of life, reproductive health, fighting against social ills. Okay, these are the main topics, and each and every main topic has the subtopics and so on that we'll discuss all these things. Okay, first coming to our topics, today's topic. Okay, first one is the introduction. Okay, so introduction, it is going to discuss about the what is reproduction, what is going to happen in this and so on. So reproduction is a necessary for the life. It is a necessary life process. What is necessary life process? In the life process, reproduction is important. Why? Because so to continuation of the species, the reproduction has to be done. So what is reproduction? The parents are going to give rise to new individuals. Okay, it means they are going to provide offsprings. So such kind of process is known as reproduction. Reproduction means again production of their own species or individuals, so that makes the species to continue on this planet. That is known as the reproduction. It is a necessary life process. It means a biological process. Some organisms reproduce differently in different situations, like binary fission. Example, binary fission in paramecium in during favorable conditions. So what is meant by favorable? Let us consider this is a paramecium. Okay, so this is a paramecium. Okay, so this paramecium, what it is going to do, it is going to have two types of reproductions. One is a favorable. Okay, one is a favorable, one is a unfavorable. Okay, what is unfavorable? Unfavorable means conditions are not perfect. Okay, conditions are not perfect, that is known as unfavorable conditions. Unfavorable conditions like higher temperature, less amount of the food material and so on in the nature. So if the nature will provide such kind of unfavorable conditions, that is known as unfavorable conditions of the nature. So if the nature provides everything, if the nature provides everything like proper temperature, proper food material, etc., that is known as favorable condition. So here in favorable condition, the paramecium is going to split into two daughter cells. Okay, so it is going to split into two daughter cells. Okay, so during the unfavorable conditions, what will happen? The conjugation is going to occur. Conjugation means this is the one paramecium. Okay, so here you can see this is the one paramecium and also another paramecium. Okay, so both are going to come together. Two parameciums will come together and they are going to exchange the genetic material. So when they exchange genetic material, what will happen? The new progeny will form. Okay, so new one will form. So this new one will have the advantageous characters. So it is going to have the more tolerant, it is going to have the more tolerant, and also it is going to survive in the tough condition. So this is the reason, this is only the reason. Genetic material means it is the a kind of DNA. Okay, genetic material means it is a DNA that we will discuss in this chapter and so on. So it is going to provide the favorable, it is going to provide some kind of support for the survival of this organism. So that is a conjugation. So here you can see binary fission. Okay, binary fission means a splitting of parental cell into two daughter cells, that is known as binary fission. So let us consider the amoeba or any bacteria. Let us consider the bacteria. So this bacteria will divide into two cells. So the division, such kind of division is known as binary fission. Bi means two. Okay, binary fission. Binary, bi means two, fission means bi means two, fission means division. So if the cell divides into two cells, then it is known as binary fission. Okay, here the paramecium also going to divide into two cells, that is known as binary fission in case of favorable conditions. If the conditions are not favorable, it is going to undergo a process that is known as conjugation. In the conjugation, the two paramecia come in contact, and the bodily DNA, okay, or the genetic information of the body is getting exchanged and leading to the formation of new individual that will have the advantageous characters, and it can survive the tough conditions. Okay, so this is about conjugation and also binary fission in paramecium. Okay, so the time required for the reproduction varies from organism to organism, okay, organism to organism, and also some environmental factors. So let us consider, so the time reproduction, amoeba will take, let us consider amoeba is going to take around 60 minutes, okay, 60 minutes for the division of a parental cell into two daughter cells. Let us consider what about human beings. Human beings, to produce one offspring, human beings are going to take 9 months. Okay, it means depending upon the complexity of the organism, the time required for the reproduction is also going to change. Okay, not only that, the time required for the reproduction varies from organism to organism, and also environmental factors, some environmental factors are also going to show effect on the reproduction. So we will discuss how the environmental factors are going to affect the reproduction with the help of a small activity. Okay, that is a formation of bacterial colony in milk. So before going to that activity, we will discuss the two questions. So do you think the reproduction occurs only for the continuation of life? So yes, the reproduction is going to mainly for the increasing the population. Okay, it means the to increase their species, or to maintain a species on the planet Earth. So the reproduction is going to occur. Okay, so for the continuation of species and life. So how does an organism grow? Does the repair of worn parts takes place? So in the first chapter also we have discussed the food is necessary for the growth and repair. So here the cells, the body contains different types of cells. So if there is any injury to the body, the lost cells will be replaced by the cell division. Okay, let us consider this as skin surface. If there is damage in this area, what will happen? The adjacent cells will divide, and also they will clear this area. It means they will clean the, they will replace the dead cells with new cells. So that is known as cell division in case of human beings or any animals in multicellular organisms. Okay, so the activity one, that is the formation of bacterial colony in milk. So in this activity we are going to discuss how the environmental factors are going to show effect on the reproduction process. Okay, so this is the activity. So in this activity we need to observe the growth of bacterial colony in milk, and also how the environmental factors are going to show effect like temperature, food, and so on. Okay, so the aim is to observe the growth of bacterial colony in milk. The materials required are curd, warm milk, and also cold milk, and a timer to check the time, and so on. So first we have to add a teaspoonful of curd, okay, not cold, so the curd to the cold milk. So the bowl containing, the first bowl containing the lukewarm milk. So let us take the two bowls, okay, the bowl 1 and also bowl 2. So in the first bowl the warm milk, okay, the warm milk, and also second bowl contains the cold milk. Okay, so add a teaspoonful of the curd, okay, add curd to it, and also add curd to the second one also. Okay, so wait for close the lid of the bowls, okay, and keep it aside, and also note down the initial time. It means at what time you have added, and also close the lid, note down the time. So every hour check the formation of curd. So let us see the curd you have waited for 4 to 5 hours. Okay, after the 4 to 5 hours, see whether the curd is formed or not. So if you check for the formation of curd in the both bowls, in which bowl you will see the formation of curd. So you will see the formation of curd in the first bowl, and the curd is not formed in the second bowl. Why? What is the reason? The reason is just the environmental factor. The warm milk is the suitable temperature. Okay, the warm milk contains around 40 degrees Celsius or 37 degrees Celsius. So the cold milk is around 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, here the lactobacillus, the curd contains lactobacillus bacteria. So this lactobacillus bacteria exact perfect temperature is 37 to 40 degrees Celsius. So as a result, the bacteria has the right temperature to divide. So here in the cold temperature, the 20 degrees Celsius is not suitable for the growth of the bacteria. Hence, the bacteria will not divide perfectly in the cold milk. As a result, after 4 to 5 hours or 5 to 6 hours, you will see the perfect curd formation in the first bowl, but there is no formation of curd in the second bowl. So this is the reason. Okay, observation is curd has formed in the first bowl after 5 to 6 hours. Okay, here the curd did not form in the second bowl containing cold milk. Why? Because the temperature is not suitable. The cold temperature of the milk is not suitable for the growth of the bacteria or the growth of the lactobacillus in the second bowl. Okay, so the result is based on the above activity, it is found that the reproduction of some organisms depend on the environmental conditions. Those environmental conditions may be temperature, food, etc. So in this activity, the temperature is main reason. The temperature is main reason for the formation of curd in the first bowl, and the temperature is main reason for the not formation of curd in the second bowl, that is cold milk. Okay, so this is about the activity. So here the after the activity we have some little bit information. So that is the list of some life of some organisms spanning from the few days to few months. It means the lifetime of organisms is only few days for organisms or the few months for the organisms. So and also and they are going to show great variations in the period of the reproduction. It means, so if the reproduction of these organisms is very less, okay, if the lifetime is very less, what they are going to show? They are going to show the greater reproduction. Okay, reproduction rate is more. Why? Because they have the less lifetime, so in that condition they have to reproduce more to maintain their species on the planet. Okay, so example, you will see the yeast, bacteria, rat, cow, elephant, and so on. So depending upon the organism, the rate of reproduction is different. If you see the yeast can divide fastly. Bacteria also can divide faster. So a rat, it will take a little bit more time when you compare with the bacteria and also yeast, cow, elephant, and so on. As the complexity of the organism increases, the time taken for the reproduction also increases. For example, if you compare, so human beings, they are going to take around 9 months for the reproduction process. Means that to deliver a baby, they are going to take a period that is known as 9 months. That 9 months are known as gestation period. So 9 months are required for the complete development of the baby inside the mother's womb. And take the example of the elephant. Okay, elephant will take 2 years. The elephant will take 2 years to deliver a baby. It means for the reproduction, so it is going to take 2 years. So it means that depending upon the complexity of the organism or the complexity of the body size of the organism, the reproduction is also different. The time taken for the reproduction is also different. Okay, next there is another question. Did take that the same time for the formation of curd in both bowls? No. So in both bowls the formation of curd is different. Why? Because the temperature is different. So the temperature is a natural factor, so it is going to decide so the growth of the bacteria or those lactobacillus bacteria. Okay, next one is the asexual mode of reproduction. So what is meant by asexual? So there are while coming to the reproduction, so there are two types of reproduction. One is a sexual reproduction. Okay, sexual mode of reproduction. Another is asexual. Another is the asexual mode of reproduction. So here we are calling it as the asexual mode of reproduction. In the biology, mostly whenever there is a letter A, it refers to the absence. It means here the sexual type of reproduction is absent. That is known as asexual. Here you can see the letter A. Okay, asexual mode of reproduction means no sexual process of the reproduction. So asexual mode of reproduction is the process of the producing new individuals by only single parent. So in the asexual reproduction, remember, only one parent is required. So this one parent can give rise to new individual. Let us consider this a bacteria. It doesn't require another partner. Single cell can produce two new cells by a process known as binary fission. Here the single parent is enough. no requirement of other parent or no requirement of the partner. Okay, so there is no formation of the gametes here. There is no gametes are involved, so single parent is enough, and also no gametes fusion is required, and there is no need of the gametes. So there are different modes of asexual reproduction. Those modes of reproduction are different types. So what are those types? The fission, budding, fragmentation, parthenogenesis, parthenocarpy, and also regeneration. These are the different modes of the asexual reproduction that we will discuss one by one here. Okay, the first one is the fission. So what is fission? Fission is nothing but division. Okay, the fission. Okay, the fission means division. So here we are calling as a, here there are different types of fission. Okay, mainly two types. One is a binary fission. Okay, another is a multiple fission. So first see the definition. The fission means the process of splitting of a parental cell. Splitting means division. Okay, the splitting of parental cells symmetrically. Symmetrical means exactly. Okay, here this is a parent, and the parent will divide into the symmetrical. Okay, this is symmetrical, and later on it will divide into two cells. Okay, it will divide into two cells. This is known as symmetrical. So here it is going to divide into two cells or more than two daughter cells. It may divide into two cells or more than two daughter cells. So based on it, we are going to discuss in two topics, that is binary fission and also multiple fission. Here, if the parent, let us consider is the parent, if the parent divides into two daughter cells, okay, it is known as binary fission. Bi means two, fission means division. Two times the cells is divided means the cell is divided into two cells, so hence it is known as binary fission. Okay, multiple fission means the same cell, okay, divides into many cells, or you can simply call it as a division of a parental cell into more than two cells. It is known as multiple fission. Multiple means many, bi means two, binary fission means the division of parental cell into two daughter cells, that is known as binary fission. Example, binary fission in paramecium. The paramecium will show the binary fission process. One paramecium will turn into two daughter parameciums, that is known as binary fission. Okay, in case of multiple fission, we can see the in plasmodium. Okay, in malaria, the plasmodium, one parental cell will divide into multiple daughter cells, that is known as multiple fission in a plasmodium. Okay, so here we have the question. So how do you think the bacteria were dividing to form curd? So the bacteria is going to undergo a process known as binary fission and so on. With the help of the binary fission, again they are going to divide into two cells. Okay, again each cell is going to divide into two, and so on. So by this process of the binary fission, so the population of the bacteria is going to increase. As the population of the bacteria increases, what will happen? They release the lactic acid. This lactic acid will make the milk to turn into curd. Okay, so next one is a budding. So budding is nothing but the growth on the surface of the body, surface of bird. Here you can see the growth of bud on the surface of a body of an organism. This is known as a bud. So not a bird, bud, bud. Okay, so bud. So bud, it is going to separate from the parent when it grows totally, and bud is identical to the parent. Let us consider this is the yeast. Okay, this is the yeast. In the yeast, you will see small growth on the surface. So the small growth on the surface is seen. So the small growth will seen, and it will eventually grows, and it is going to separate from the parent. It is going to separate from the parent when it grows. So if you see, compare, so the parent is going to get separated, daughter cell is also going to get separated. So by this way, small growth on the surface of the body, that is known as bud. Bud will grow and will get separated from the parent, and this bud, the parent and also the daughter, okay, the daughter individual, both will get separated, and both of them will lead individual life. So such kind of a reproduction, such kind of asexual reproduction is known as budding. So example, you can see yeast. In the yeast organisms, it is a microorganism, you can see the budding process. Here the both parental cell and also daughter cell both are same. It means why? Because they contain same kind of genetic material. Okay. So next one is the fragmentation. What is meant by fragment? First of all, you have to discuss what is a fragment. Fragment is nothing but a small piece, broken part. So here the process of growth of an individual, or the new progeny from the fragment or a small piece of parental organism is known as fragmentation. Let us consider this is an organism. This is known as Spirogyra. So what happened? Due to some reason, a small tip is broken off. Okay, small tip is broken off. So this is a small tip. Okay, so what will happen? This small tip is going to develop into new individual. It will remain. It will grow the remaining part and it will lead an individual life. Okay, so such kind of growth of organism from the broken part or a small part of a parent, that is known as fragmentation. So here you can see the small piece of the parental organism can grow into new individual, so from any broken part of the parental body, such kind of procedure is known as fragmentation. The fragmentation can be both sexual and asexual. So this may be sexual process or asexual process, but the fragmentation is common mode of reproduction in some organisms. Okay, example algae, fungi, and also some land plants. So this is the process that you can see for how the organisms are going to undergo a process known as fragmentation. Okay, so next one will be the parthenogenesis. So first of all, we have to understand the word parthenogenesis. Partheno means virgin. Okay, the partheno means virgin, where there is no formation of the gametes. Genesis means production. Okay, so here the process of production of the new individuals means the progeny. So the progeny is produced from the unfertilized eggs. Here there is no fertilization of the eggs or fertilization of the gametes. So what are the gametes? The gametes are the spermatozoa and also ovum. So these are the gametes. So when the gametes are fused together, what will happen? Zygote will form. Okay, the zygote will form. That is known as sexual reproduction. So this is known as fertilization. The fertilization, it is a process of the sexual reproduction. So here what is happening? So the parents are able to produce the gametes, but the gametes will not undergo fertilization. So these gametes are going to develop into new individual without fusion. Okay, so here you can see the algae, fungi, Spirogyra, etc. So they are going to show such kind of process known as parthenogenesis. Okay, in the lower organisms, the parthenogenesis will occur, and in some higher animals or in some animals, the parthenogenesis is also going to occur. Those animals are land animals like ants, bees, wasps, etc. So such kind of parthenogenesis is going to occur. So the fertilized ovum, if the ovum is fertilized, okay, let us consider this is the ovum. So it is fertilized with the spermatozoa. Okay, so as a result, what is going to happen? It is going to turn into zygote. Okay, it is going to turn into zygote. So in this procedure, it is going to develop into female. Okay, it is going to develop into female. So the fertilized ovum is going to turn into females. Okay, and fertilize, if the ovum is not, if the gamete is not fertilized, means let us consider if the ovum is not fertilized, okay, or you can call it as unfertilized ovum, it is going to develop into male. Okay, so if the ovum is fertilized with the spermatozoa, it is going to turn into females, and if the ovum is not fertilized with spermatozoa, it is going to turn into males. Okay, it is going to turn into male individual. Okay, so the sperm developed by mitotic division in males, it means here the sperm is going to develop into by a process known as mitosis. So what is meant by mitosis? Okay, mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis and meiosis are two types of the cell divisions. So this, if the cell divides into two cells, okay, this is known as mitosis that occurs in the body cells. Okay, so if the cell divides into 4 daughter cells, Okay, that is known as meiosis. Okay, they are going to turn into gametes like spermatozoa. Okay, like spermatozoa or ovum in case of a female body. So this is about meiosis. This is known as meiosis. So this is known as mitosis. So in these organisms, the sperm is going to develop by mitotic division in males. Okay, it is mitotic division in males, and this is the meiotic division in females. Okay, in females they have the half number that is known as haploid n. Okay, only one set of the chromosomes are present, that is known as haploid. Why? Because in the meiosis process you will see the haploid only, and in the mitosis process you will see diploid 2n. It means two sets of the chromosomes are present, hence the daughter cells are exactly similar to the parental cells. Okay, that we will discuss in detail about the mitosis and meiosis in coming lectures. Okay, but remember here, so the sperm is going to develop by mitotic division in these organisms, and the ovum is going to develop by meiotic process in these females. In case of these organisms, what are those organisms? Like here, ants, bees, wasps, etc. Okay, next is the parthenocarpy. So parthenocarpy is nothing but a phenomenon of development of fruits without fertilization. Okay, without fertilization. So let us consider this is the ovules. Okay, these are the ovules. These are the pollen grains. So these are the pollen grains that will develop. So the pollen grains and ovules, when they fuse together, you will see the formation of the zygote. The zygote will turn into embryo. Okay, this embryo will turn into seed. Okay, the embryo will turn into seed. So what is happening here? Here there is no fertilization. There is no fertilization of the ovum. Okay, as a result, if there is no fertilization, what will happen? The ovum cannot turn into zygote, and the zygote, if the zygote is not formed, the seed is not going to form. So this ovum is very simple. It will not turn into seeds. So as a result, the fruit is going to develop. Let us consider it is a watermelon. So the watermelon contains ovules, but they are not going to turn into seeds. As a result, you don't find seeds in the watermelon. Okay, no seeds in the watermelon. Especially in some countries, you will see watermelon. The watermelon doesn't contain any seeds. Okay, so this is a seedless fruit. So that process is known as parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is seen in plants, okay, which will produce the seedless fruits. So the seeds cannot form in these fruits if the fertilization doesn't take place, and these fruits are known as seedless fruits. Seedless fruits means no seeds in the fruits. Parthenocarpy is natural, and in some plants, okay, natural. What is meant by natural? So naturally these fruits doesn't contain any seeds. Example, banana it is not going to have any seeds. Okay, so the ovary is going to directly develop into fruits without fertilization, hence you don't find any seeds in the banana. It is a natural process, but we human beings are going to do natural. We are going to do the artificial process. So in the artificial process, we are going to make the seed containing fruits into seedless fruits with the help of phytohormone. Phytohormone is nothing but a hormone of a plant. Phyto refers to the plant. Phyto means plant, hormone means the hormone is a chemical substance. So the chemical substance of a plant is known as phytohormone. This phytohormone is utilized or induced to make the seedless fruit. So it is an artificial process. It is also artificial process. By this we are going to develop seedless fruits in many crops. Example, pomegranate, papaya, tomato, etc. Okay, so this is parthenocarpy. Okay, so next is the regeneration. Regeneration is the process of development of the new individuals. So this is not market. So to make new individuals from the broken parts. Let us consider, so this is the organism. Okay, this is the organism. So now we will take the example of the planaria. Okay, so this is the planaria. Okay, the planaria, if you cut the planaria into three parts, like a head part, middle part, and also tail part. So the head part is going to develop the abdomen and tail. Okay, this part, the abdomen part, is going to develop the tail part and also head part, and the tail part is going to develop, it is going to develop the abdomen part and also head part. Can you see the small fragment of the body? It means small part of the body, when it is cut down or separated from the body, that cut part or broken part is able to produce a whole organism. Okay, it is able to produce the remaining body. So such kind of a process is known as regeneration. Regeneration means the regrowth, a regrowth of lost body part. Body part is known as regeneration. Here you can see the definition: the process of development of new individuals from the broken part of the parental body, that is known as regeneration. The organism develops from the cut part of an organism and grows into new separate individual, that is known as regeneration. So example, planarians. So regeneration is similar to the fragmentation process. Okay, so this is the regeneration, how it is going to occur. And I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and if you have any doubts or questions or suggestions, feel free to post in the comment section, and so that we will reply to your question or doubt. Okay, and we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Okay.